Mike Wintch, Planning Ops trainee here on the Coffee Pot Fire. This will be your August 26th operational update. The fire is currently sitting at 3,434 acres, and that's a growth of 311 acres. We're bolstering our numbers. We have 1,029 personnel on the fire right now. And while we're still showing 0% containment, as we discussed previously with our primary containment features, our primary lines, we have a high probability of holding. We're showing 63% complete on those primary lines. Today, I'll go over an update on what was done yesterday, but we're also going to, when we future out the plans for today, those are going to be based on us pivoting from completion of those planned lines. We've finished a majority of those and looking at getting into some planned ignitions going into the rest of the week. So updates, we had a great day yesterday. A lot of work out in contingency was complete. They plan on this pink line here being black by end of shift, and that's coming down to Skyline Drive and into the communities of Hammond and Oak Grove. Work done from Cinnamon Gap out into the South Fork community out here, that was also complete, and they're looking at bolstering those lines throughout the day. As we work in a little bit closer to the fire, I think you've heard well enough that line is complete from South Fork Drive all the way up to Case Mountain. We worked diligently yesterday getting the hose in place. We discussed the Fulda tanks, which we bring up, and those are almost like an above-ground pool. They hold 1,000 to 2,000 gallons of water. And it's been a lot of work transporting water from the river up to the top of Case Mountain. And a lot of the ones up high, we're utilizing helicopters to get that done. So a lot of work to get our water in place to support these planned ignitions. From Case Mountain, working to the north, all that line is put in, the combination of dozer line, the hand line, and the roads, that is complete. Half of it from Mineral King Road, working halfway up to Case Mountain, was plumbed yesterday, meaning the hose was put in place. And today they're going to complete that mission. We'll have hose completed from South Fork Drive all the way up and over to Mineral King. We have our Fulda tanks in place, and we're just going to spend the day with aircraft filling those Fulda tanks. I'm sure folks driving around on Mineral King Road continue to see our presence out here brushing this road out and making that a better feature to potentially hold fire in the future. And we're chipping it as we go to leave a good product. That'll be a multi-day operation. Swinging out into the park, we got our fire use modules in yesterday. There's 30 folks out there. We have resource advisors, medical teams to support them, and miscellaneous overhead. They're continuing to look at opportunities to tie in natural features utilizing some ridges. They've identified a ridge here that's going to bring it back down to the Kaweah River, real close to the Eden Creek Grove. And these three crews are primarily going to be working to the north for the foreseeable few shifts. As we come down around to the bottom here, the end of South Fork Drive, we have crews inserting. We discussed how the road was repaired at the end of South Fork Drive. The campground was improved for parking, and now we have crews hiking out towards the Ladybug Trail and grabbing a ridge line they've identified right here above Scotch Creek in hopes of bringing it up towards the Homer Nose Grove here and ultimately tying in with what the fire use modules are doing out into the backcountry. So today, again, we're pretty happy about the planned box we have out here from going up over Case Mountain and connecting the two branches of the rivers. We're going to look to bring these lines in tighter. We've discussed it at length. H3, this is our helispot up top by Case Mountain. We're looking to bring line to the north down to River Dip here and significantly bring in the perimeter of our fire. Simultaneously, we're inserting crews from that H3 to the south and tying it into existing ridge line that we already have prepped and ready to go and bringing it down to South Fork Road. So this is extremely rugged country, extremely steep. We're having to insert folks. We have helitack crews being inserted at these helispots here, flying in 5 to 10 people and having these helitack crews starting to work north. We have hotshot crews and hand crews coming up from below as well. But extremely steep, rugged ground. The fuel is extremely, it's a brush fuel component, so slow going, but we're continuing to try to bring that box in as tight as we can. As we transition from our box to these planned ignitions, and I'm sure that garners some concern from the community, so we're going to continue to address that. We're going to have a night shift rolling in. Tonight will be our first night shift, so people who are living out on South Fork Drive, you're going to see a big presence down here at the end of the road. These people are going to be in place. Lots of engines will be in place, and they're monitoring and patrolling, and they're watching this fire as it backs down. And this is a precursor to tomorrow night. Tomorrow night we're going to stand up quite a few resources. Are going to be coming out with the intention of tomorrow, if weather elements are in place, beginning planned ignitions. Again, those are going to start up top. We're looking for backing fire, so we're looking for prescribed fire effects. We want it to back through the fuel, limit the scorch height, limit the mortality and the damage to the existing canopy, and really have good effects as it works its way down. If we can do this, the fire, we're controlling it, we're backing it off roads, and this will be a multi-day sequence. This won't be done through one day, it'll be done over the course of the week. We won't rush it. We put a lot of hard work, a lot of time and energy into our planned lines. So we're going to take advantage of that. We're going to take advantage of the fact that the fire isn't forcing us. So this will be a multi-day event. We're going to try to shorten the box. This will be our first attempt is utilizing these ridges. But in the event those ridges aren't advantageous to us, we have our highly successful box built right behind it. We may begin some test fires this afternoon. This is going to be done with a helicopter, and underneath the helicopter we drop a flammable liquid out of the bottom of it. We have a firing boss in the helicopter, and it works, strips of fire down and allows backing fire. We don't allow sustained runs up the hill where vegetation will be damaged. So we might do that in there, and the purpose of that is to see the fuel conditions. We just had a low pressure system come through. Our temperatures went down and our relative humidity went up. So what the relative humidity did was it made all the fuels wet. Our firefighters who slept on the line out here the last few nights, they woke up and their sleeping bags were wet. That can be correlated to the fuels out there. Those fuels are still wet. So this test fire today will acknowledge whether or not we should continue with the planned ignitions moving forward. This will be an event that nobody really realizes. It'll be done far on the interior of the fire, 3 to 5 acres, just to see how receptive that'll be. As we go forward, we're going to have some public meetings. Tonight there will be a public meeting at 6 p.m. at the Veterans Memorial Hall here in the community of Three Rivers. We invite you all to attend. We'd like to meet you, hear your concerns, and let you hear our operational plan. And please, if you have any questions or comments, put them below, and our public information staff will get back to you as soon as they can. Look forward to talking to you tomorrow. Have a good day.